Hello, and thank you for giving me a moment of your time. My name is Zachary Hurst. I am the founder and CEO of the Much Foundation. Much stands for Makers United for Children's Hope. Today we are going to cover in this video the services and the technology that we bring to children around the world. Hi everyone, my name is Zachary Hurst and I'm here today to discuss a little bit about what we're able to do for our new brothers and sisters in Manaus, the Amazonas, and in Telangana, India. The Much Foundation started 4 years ago with a complicated purpose. Our job was to become the connector between families facing disability, facing disease in their children, and connecting them with the areas of service that they so desperately were looking for. Over the course of the last 4 years, we have grown into a central organization that connects families with charities across the country. We also have worked our way into the fields of emerging technology, where we search through university campuses and also corporate labs to find the finest new technology. We help them develop it, and we help distribute it to the children. Today is something special. Our Director of Operations in Manaus is Juan Luis Azevedo. This man has worked tirelessly over the last year to bring services to the children in the hostels and up all of the riverbanks. He has been into primitive tribal villages and he has helped the children there. Today I wish to address a couple of individuals in Brazil so that you understand the importance of Juan's work. Ronaldo Sierra, I understand that you were interested in our robotic limbs. You're interested in some of our assistive technologies. I want you to know that you can speak with Juan Luis Azevedo at any moment, and he speaks for the Much Foundation in Brazil. Also to the new governor, we wish to spend time with you as well. I'm going to take a few moments and explain what it is that we bring to the nation of Brazil over the course of the video. So follow me for a moment. One of the things that is so incredibly important to us as an organization is finding a way to bring an important change into a child's life. When you look around your cities and you see children suffering, it inspires something in the heart of man. What can we do to help? The reason that I formed Makers United for Children's Hope is that I believe the secret to that help lies in the engineers, the roboticists, the technologists, the scientists. They have the ability to take technology that we use for video games, we use in our automobiles, we use in our robotics, in new and inventive ways to change a child's condition. One of the projects that I'm most proud of was started by a young man in Easton, Chapelle. He runs a company called Unlimited Tomorrow out of upper state New York in the United States. They developed a new kind of robotic limb. They developed it at a price point that made it affordable to anyone. What we do through the Much Foundation and the global initiative with Unlimited Tomorrow is we receive corporate donation and investment that pays for the unit price of each of these limbs. Our limb is worth over $180,000 each on the market. We're able to provide these limbs for between $5,000 and $10,000 worth of donation to a child who's desperately in need. And today we're filming in the international headquarters of the Much Foundation here in Tampa, Florida. It is also owned by Red Gear Studios, which is a fully equipped film and television production studio. Because of our partnership with Red Gear Studios and Joe Davison, we have the space and the facility to be able to experiment with our new technologies. One of the projects we're working on right now is a haptic response sensory augmented awareness array. In English, it means we're designing a suit that a blind child can wear that is going to tell the child when they're approaching a wall, tell a child when they're coming up on stairs, tell a child who is blind precisely where they stand in a room. This room that I'm standing in right now is being used in that project. We have partners across the United States that help us promote the technologies, to help us actually expand on what we know how to do. We are looking for new partners. We're looking forward to that as we speak with our brothers down in Brazil. Right now, I'd like to give you a word from one of our partners, Easton Chapelle, the owner of the robotics company, Unlimited Tomorrow.
Thank you, Zach. Unlimited Tomorrow's core mission is to power people using technology. When I was 17 years old, I met a small girl at a science fair that had an $80,000 prosthetic limb that was simpler than what I was creating in my bedroom for a couple $100s. Here are some old prototypes, and you can kind of see the whole evolution of thought. This was the very first hand I created, all the way up to some of our newest devices today that match skin tone and are very customized to the user. About a year ago, I moved from Colorado to New York State to be able to grow a facility and team and really start commercializing a lot of this technology, coming out of the prototyping phase. This is our machine room and a lot of the R&D equipment. We've really built an ecosystem to harness creativity, utilize some of the newest technologies, and a combination of research and development and production so we can move extremely fast. A core philosophy of Unlimited Tomorrow is really augmenting the human body. How can we use technology to solve disabilities and empower people and unlock their full potential? And that's not only in unique places, specific places in the US or anything. We're looking at a global level. How can we get this technology to the people who need it most? And I'm really excited that we're starting to work with Much Foundation more and more and getting this technology to Brazil, as there's a lot of people that can benefit from this technology. We use 3D printing, a lot of amazing technologies. This is a one-of-a-kind 3D printer. There's about 10 of them in the world. It's a little noisy right now, but we're actually printing a job right now. This allows us to print about 8 full prosthetic devices in a single day, and we have about 2 more of these printers coming. Here's our assembly and equipment lab. So we have this all sectioned off for assembly and production. The other side is office work and where we design everything. Here's a couple prototypes. You can kind of see the size difference of these devices. This is more of an adult version. This is more of a child version. So you can see just the spectrum that we can really create, and the skin tone and all the technology that we're really putting into this. It's exciting to work with Zach Hurst even more and more, and excited to start working with Juan Luis Azevedo and start really changing lives through Much Foundation. Thank you, guys.
He is quite an extraordinary young man. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to let you hear from our Director of Operations in Brazil, Juan Luis Azevedo.
Hi Zach, I'm here again. Me, my friend Armstrong Batista.
Hi Zach.
He's a part of my foundation Brazil here too, right? He's Johnny Uchama's friend too, right? So through Armstrong, I met Johnny the first time over here, and Johnny introduced me to you, right?
I was the guy who took Johnny and his friend to see the Amazon, like a day trip in the Amazon, city tours, and he's a really cool guy, and miss him. Very good, very nice guy.
So what are we gonna try to say? For sure, gonna be pretty important. You guys bring this kind of technology here, for to help children, and you in Easton and robot limbs here, and a lot of people here interested about not just a businessman and the governor, but part of people work with Brazil president, you one. Bolsonaro also, they very interested about big companies here. So we have a lot of children over here, not just these children, which one needs robot limbs here, the arm, legs, whatever, So, and another thing too, children with the cancer. And look at me here, we try to do our best, every day here. We go to the hospitals, to children over there. We do the much possible to save them. We are here to save lives, and how important it is to be part of the Much Foundation, This guy here by my side too goes there in the hospital with me to help children, And this week, like I told before, we go there and speak with the governor to have a pretty important talk to him, and very serious talking, and businessmen people, to make this become a true thing here. You know what I mean? So, and thank you very much, you, Zach Hurst, my friend, my CEO in Much Foundation, right? I'm here. I'm Juan Luis Azevedo. I'm Executive Director here in Much Foundation Brazil.
I am Armstrong Batista. I'm a friend of Juan for 35 years, and I'm involved with Much Foundation, right, to help the kids here, to give us support, and I think it's very, very interesting what we're doing to help the kids in Brazil, in Manaus, especially in the Amazon, with the new technology of robotics and stuff. So we are here to give you the total support, okay? Going to the hospitals, visit kids, and see what's going on. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, Zach, Mr. Zach. Thank you so
Zach,
much.
I really appreciate you, Zach. Thank you very much for you in Easton. Okay, thanks very much. For Austin St. John too, the Red Ranger. And I hope to see this guy here, the Power Rangers. Okay?
Hello from the Amazon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you very much, Juan Azevedo and Armstrong Batista. Obrigado. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Austin St. John. I was the man who played Jason, the original Red Ranger, in television's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the 90s. I did a 20th Century Fox film. I've done other independent films. I'm releasing video games. I have several films I did last year, a new TV series, blah, 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 all kinds of things that are fun, but not as important as what it is I'm about to discuss. Zachary Hurst, my friend at the Much Foundation, and his friends and associates like Juan Azevedo and Armstrong Batista in Brazil, they're doing things that so many think about doing, so many would like to try to do, so many talk about doing, but very few are actually doing. And that's a pretty big marker in the world of men. Who's talking about it and who's actually getting it done? Juan, Armstrong, I'm definitely watching what you guys have going on in Brazil. I'm watching and talking with Zach on a regular basis, and I hear how involved he is and how much he believes in you. And I want you to know that I believe in you, and I look forward to coming to Brazil to be involved with you as soon as possible. I couldn't be more proud. I've spent 16 years as a medic, 12 years in the Washington, D.C. area, 4 years in the Middle East. I've seen children and men, women, all ages, all races, all sexes, who are missing limbs for one reason or another, and who don't have the money, the means, the ability, even the contacts, the connections. They have nothing but dreams about maybe one day having a prosthetic limb, if they know enough in some places to even know they exist. And to see that you guys are unified in your efforts to bring this to those in need warms my heart. And I want you to know that I believe in you, Juan and Armstrong and Zachary. And through Zachary, I look forward to making my way to Brazil here very soon. I would love to see in person. I would love to be involved even further. And anything I can do to be of further assistance, anything I can do to help, I would love to. I'm truly honored to be associated with good people like Zachary and Armstrong and Juan. So obrigado. I look forward to seeing you in Brazil, hopefully soon. Much love. God bless.
So, as you can see, we have a lot of work to do. We're extremely proud of the impact that we have had on little girls' lives like Momo Sutton, on little boys' lives like Blake Nestor. We have the ability, if we work together, to have a profound impact on the children of our country and yours. The reason that is so important to me is that I consider all of the children of this world to be our children. And I believe that if we work together, we can see these technologies change their lives and give them a brighter future. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I'm Zachary Hurst from the Much Foundation, and I wish you a great day.